Hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial. And on today's tutorial I'll be breaking down this particular design, how I came about it. It happens to be one of my favorite designs for the year so far, and one of my best designs for the first half of 2025. Whoosh, I thank God I ended this month with this particular design. It really gave me so much joy doing this. And I'll be breaking this design into two parts. First of all, I would be making the first video to show you guys how I made this particular brand mark. That's the good news. Then the second one, I'll be bringing you guys back to Photoshop to show you guys how I made the whole of the design. So I'll just open my Illustrator real quick. So I first did the design on Illustrator. So basically most of the brand work you see me do for my designs, I actually start out on Illustrator. Then from Illustrator I now head back to Photoshop to continue, because on Illustrator I have the ability to make some very nice cutouts I can do for the vectors I use and save them in PSD format and bring them to Photoshop, right? So it's basically better or nicer working doing vector work on Illustrator. Yes, I can achieve some of that thing on Photoshop, but it's really better, doing it. I can achieve them on Photoshop, but it's better, easier, and you have more tools to play around with using Illustrator. So it's going to take a while for my Illustrator to load, and it's taking that long because of recording at the same time. And so yeah, we just allow it to boot and load. Okay, so let me see if I can open up the project. Open up presents, good news. Okay, so Yowa brings up this. So this is how I started with this. So I'll be able to show you guys how I did this. So Control N to give me something new. So I'm using 3000 by 3000 pixels. Create. Alright, so I start by typing out the words good news. Alright, so we'll now pick out the font to use, or the font I use. Alright, so come to font. Name of the font I use is Neon Machine. Is it Neon Machine? Yeah, Neon Machine. Yeah, Neon Machine is the font I used. So that's that. Then I come to type. On that type I have create outlines, right? So once I create outlines, I right click, then I ungroup. Alright, so I broke down the word into two. Right, I broke down the word into two. So good and news. Okay, so at first I didn't like the way this W was. Alright, so what I did is first I flipped this. Alright, so then what I did was to cut out this. So I'll just zoom in. And so what I did was to cut this out. Got a rectangle, did this. Alright, then grouped this, both of them, then used there are faster ways to cut out this, but this is basically the way I know how to do it efficiently. So I use the shape builder to click on it, then with my hand on Alt, alright, with my hand on Alt on the keyboard, I just click. Alright, so till I have just this. So what I did was just to duplicate this. I came here, object, edit, copy, edit, paste in place. Alright, so what I just did was to now flip this. Alright, so I came here, flip horizontal. Alright, give me this. So I just move this to I think this point. So that's how I did that to achieve my W. So I really didn't also like the fact that these things were pointy, right? If you check look at this, they were pointy, but I had to take them back up. So practically what I did was to first off I had to find a way to make them rounder because I didn't really need their edges to be pointy. Right, so clicked on this, then came to this anchor point here, made it round. This is not actually what I did, but this is like the simplified version. Alright, so did the same thing here, came to this anchor point, brought them down. So same thing you can do for this. Alright, it's W. My own isn't that pointy, so this is actually not how I did it. Let me be factual about that. Alright, so I have this good news like that. Okay, so this stuff is quite closer, so let me bring this closer. I think somewhere here is fine. So what I would just do is to select both stuff. Alright, make them unite them to be one. Alright, then I'll come to the anchor points and remove the anchor points that I don't need, which is these two rubbish up here. So I can just do this, come to my direct selection tool. Alright, come here, select this, I don't need this. For this I can select this and bring it here. Alright, or just delete this entirely, so I just have this. Right, so I have that going on for me there. Then I have my S, I bring my S a little bit closer. Alright, I bring my S a little bit closer. Alright, so I'll just group all of this together, select all of this together, make sure they're all starting at the same height. Alright, so yeah, there you have that. That's like the first thing down. So the next thing is the D. So good news, what was basically in my head when starting out this design was, okay, how do I make this design in such a way that I convey that good news is because the end product of the design was to make sure, or to make the whole thing relatable. Right, so good news, or the most common way we get good news these days is basically through our mobile devices, through our phones and all of that, through messages and texts and all of that, you get. So I was like, okay, how do I convey that, in layman's terms, that anybody seeing it could actually relate with what is actually going on in the design. All right, so I was like, okay, I had to find a way to make sure that one of the letters would convey that it's a text message or a news or a chat or something. And it's like, what will I do? I actually thought of these two O's, yeah, and actually did something in that light, but I think I deleted it later. Right, it was looking too cringe. Then I was like, okay, what can I do with the D? So I was like, okay, I could actually extend this D and put some dots and put this down here and all of that to make it look. It's like, okay, let's do that. Right, so what I did was really quite simple. Alright, for those of you who don't know how to use Illustrator, I suggest you learn, because it's actually a very good tool, alright, to use for branding and some of these vector designs and name cutouts we do for our designs. Alright, so I just took this D, I got this pushed it to the edge where this S is. Right, made sure they both started at the same point, right, because I wanted to extend this part of it. It's easier to extend this part than this other part. So what I did, I came with my direct selection tool, drew selection over this D where I wanted to separate, make sure it's at somewhere close to the middle. Right, so I now clicked at the edge and drag, make sure I'm holding on shift so that it is straight. All right, so there you have that. Right, so that's like the first step accomplished. So the next step is to get what looks like a chart line, all right, somewhere around here maybe. So next thing I'll do is to get my pen tool. All right, so on my pen tool I'll just select this from my first point, second point, hold shift down, second point, then my next point should be somewhere here. inside this D, then bring it back to the end. So you already have this. Alright, it's looking like this. So I could just bring this back a little bit so it's not. Alright, so there it's perfect. Alright, so then this arrow pointing down, or this rectangle pointing down, you notice has a very circular circular edge instead of something pointy, and also this D, something circular instead of something pointy. Alright, so we'll have to do that for this. So first of all, you direct selection to click on this to get the anchor point, then find this edge here and just look for a radius that is convenient. You can say let's do 30 or 29, that's cool. Alright, so do the same thing for this. Alright, so I'll zoom in, then direct selection to come down here to this and just do this. Alright, so if I turn this off, come to here, my layers, if I turn this S off, this is what the D looks like. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just group these two. So select this, come to unite into compound shape under your pathfinder. Alright, so it's now united into one particular layer. Alright, so what I just did, the next thing was to add 3 dots. So I added 3 dots to indicate it's a chart, continuous chart. Came here to my circle, my ellipse tool, so added first dots which holding my shift. Alright, then I duplicated this dot into 3, so this dot 1, holding my alt key, dot 2, still holding my alt key, dot 3. So I spaced them, selected the 3 of them, then evenly distributed them horizontally. Right here, horizontally distribute center. Right, so and there you have it, you have that. So we are almost done with this. The next thing is I have to have a cutout here to actually show this. Alright, so I'll click on this particular one too that I'm actually going to cut out from. I'll come to objects, come to parts, come to offset part. Alright, click on offset parts. It brings up this offset part, this thing. So basically I love using from around 15 to 20 so that is very, very visible. So let's do 20. Alright, so the cutout is really, really visible. If you look at this place now, is the chunk of space that is actually going to cut out from the S, from this radius, and which is going to be not quite noticeable. So I'll go with 20. Sometimes I can go with 15, can go with 10 depending on what exactly you need. So I okay this. All right, so click out, then select all of that again. That's basically the two elements I want to cut out from. So I'll come to my shape builder tool. Alright, I'll hold my alt, so I'll take out this inner one, then I'll come over here, this S2, then come to this point and remove this. Alright, so there you go, you have that. So this one is bigger than what I have on my own distance. So I think I either used 15 or so. I think I used 15. So but this is what 20 looks like. Alright, and so you have that for the good news. Okay, so I think we are done with this. So what you just do, you come here, selection tool, then you select all of this together and unite. Boom, and you're done. So all of them is united into one whole thing. So the next thing you do is to export. So basically I would export in PDF. So make this big enough. And this is done in, I intentionally do this in 3000 by 3000 because I'm using 3000 pixels in Photoshop to design. So come here to file, come to save as. Alright, then instead of saving as AI, I'll save as PDF. Alright, then click on save. Alright, so there you have it about this first half. Right, if you got value from this design, please do well to like, subscribe and share, and look out for the part 2 of this design in Photoshop. All right, thank you guys, see you guys in the next one. Bye.